Pushing the button.
All right, I think it's recording. Hey, this is Andrea.
Hi, and Nannette.
And guess what? It's 35 degrees Fahrenheit here in Pennsylvania. Do you know
Well,
what temperature
it's about the same here,
Oh, really?
honestly.
It's so
Yeah, it's
freaking
been
cold
freezing. It's been freezing here for this the third day. But we're gonna go back to Texas temperatures tomorrow. I think we're gonna get into the 50s and back up to the 60s.
now. Why is it so low there?
I don't know, but we hit the low 20s 2 nights ago.
Ugh.
And high winds, and I'm like, oh no, no, not in Texas. But it doesn't last here. It lasts just a few days.
Well, I forgot how much this temperature really affects my arthritis. It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been wanting to sit in the house under a blanket for the last few days.
Well, sit under a blanket, heck.
Oh. Should we talk about family stuff or stuff from when we were a kid? Should I get in real close to the camera?
Maybe we talk about what kind of family stuff?
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about stuff. Oh, the one idea I had was how are we different now from the way we were when we were kids? Look, these are windshield wipers.
That's funny because I'm completely different. I don't know how. I don't even remember childhood that well either. But we could go into it a little, sure.
You'll lead the conversation.
Sure. When I was a kid, when I was young, I know that I had absolutely zero confidence. I didn't want anyone to look at me. I didn't have any good thoughts about I had no self-love whatsoever. That's something that took many years to turn around. I mean, I started to turn it around as I got older, but it's when you're in the environment that we were in, it's very difficult to have those.
We don't really discuss our childhood environment very much. We just like to say we did not have a good childhood and leave it at that. Right?
Yes, partially. I mean, I don't care.
I will say that it's good that nowadays people believe children when they say stuff is going on, because that was not the case when we were growing up.
No.
And if they did believe you, they didn't care because
they dealt with it. Yeah, you weren't a human. You weren't a person.
Yeah. You weren't an individual. You were somebody's child. That was it. So.
I remember going to school. My eye is itchy. Sorry. I remember going to school and just hoping all day long. All I would do is hope that just nobody would even see me, like, at all. Like, I did not want to be seen.
That's weird because you're like the opposite now.
I am the complete opposite now. I mean, I don't perform all the time, but I'm not quiet and I'm not afraid and I am confident. But I had zero then. I would be like, if I went to school, do you remember how many excuses I had to stay home from school? I did not want to get picked on. I did not want to, go to a place where I felt like less than human. I don't know.
That's why I didn't want to be at home. I wanted to be at school all the time. All the time. Any kind of activity I could get that would let me leave the house, that's what I would do.
You did, because I remember I would come home from school quite a bit and you weren't there. Remember I had that old amp and the microphone and I would just sing my lungs out as soon as I got home. I would just say, that was my getaway.
And how old were you at that time?
I don't know. Wasn't I a teenager at that point?
Yeah, you were a teenager.
Yeah.
I just didn't want people to think we were swimming in amps our whole lives or something.
Well, and it was bought at some garage sale. It was old. It was not, yeah, we weren't swimming in anything. I don't even know where it materialized from, but it was not expensive.
We had like, when we were little, we had one bicycle that we got. Did you think they got it secondhand? It was this little green bicycle, and we had to share it.
The one where you got my hand caught in the chain, and don't laugh.
I did it on purpose. I admit it.
I know.
It was my turn to use the bicycle, and she was like, "No, it's my turn," and she stuck her hand in there. But I think it was because the chain came off, right?
I was fixing the chain, and she moved the bike, and my hands were stuck in it, and my mom had to yank. She had to pull my hands out of the thing. They were so bloody. I was so. I hope that tortured you.
Strangely enough, that's not one of the things I feel bad about. There are other things, but
oh my God, how could you not feel bad about that? I was a little cute little kid.
Because I was so bad at the time, and like, so I'm the older sister, and my
yeah, don't mess with her when she gets mad. You don't want to be in her.
Yeah, you don't want to be in my way when I'm mad. I can't get past the when I get angry, it's like, yeah, you don't want to know. But anyway, it's like everything that she did was perfect and sweet and innocent, and everything I did was terrible. Even if she was like biting the faces off of my dolls or something. If I smacked her or anything, I was in a lot of trouble. I got hit with the belt. You're gonna get hit with the belt. Hopefully you don't get the buckle. And I have to tell you that my dad was a leather worker, so they had thick leather belts.
But that's the same house. Let's talk about this.
Oh my God. Are you gonna say what I think you're gonna say?
This is the same house where it was your idea. I know it was. She said, let's put the window.
Oh no, so that's not how that happened. What we were doing was we were playing this game. It was guess what it is, and you had to close your eyes or wear a blindfold, and you touched the thing. And for this one, you told me I had to jump up and down. So she took a storm window from the window. This is how much supervision we had, which was 0. The storm window from the window, she put it on her mattress, and she said, step on it. I'm stepping on it. I didn't know what it was. She's like, jump up and down. I still have the scar on my foot. I should show that. You want to see the scar on my foot?
Yeah.
Right now, if my husband's watching this, he's probably like, no. He doesn't like it. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Ugh. Wait. I can't stop laughing. Okay, so it's gonna be right here. Can you see it? Right
yep.
there.
I see it.
So if you see it in person, there's like 2 branches coming off of it. Yeah, we didn't get stitches. We got these things called butterfly stitches. Remember those?
Stitches, yeah. They go crisscross. That's the same house. Wait, I got more on this house. This is the same house. She was so mean to me. She locked me out of the whole house. How old was I? I had to be like 6 years old.
We were in elementary school. I think I was in second grade, so you must have been in. I was in second or third grade.
Kindergarten.
So you must have been in kindergarten or first.
So she locks me out of the house. In the front door, I know you know them. The front door had those glass windows with the squares.
Yeah.
All the squares
on the side, I think.
And I tried to get her to let me in like a million times, and she would not let me in. So I kicked my foot through one of the window plates, which I did an excellent job. I didn't even cut my foot. It was amazing. Like think
that is amazing.
It was, wasn't it?
But I got in trouble for that too.
I got the belt on that one.
I'm pretty sure I got the belt too. Listen, they wanted to use that belt as much as they could. And these things we're telling you, these are the great parts of our childhood. These are the highlights. The bad stuff is so depressing, and
Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
if we want to go into
you'd
that.
be you we'd send you into therapy if you heard some of the bad stuff.
It's true. I tell my kids a lot about remember the toy box that we had there? And remember the toy box? We
Was
did
it
have
the
a
one with
toy
the
box.
Raggedy Ann
I think
picture on it?
so. And I would tell my kids, I'd be like, this toy box was the neatest toy box ever because there was like a few things in it. You could set the toys in nice and neat because all we had was a few toys.
We only had a couple little things, so there was lots of space in between.
Uh-huh. um, and that's the same house where we played chicken with the route. We've talked about that before on
We
here.
played chicken with the train, played chicken with the train. Oh.
I can't believe we're alive. Like, how many times do you think we did that?
I know we did it at least 3 times, so we must have done it more than that because we had strategies. There were strategies involved.
At least we used our brains.
I guess.
Or maybe not so much. I don't know. Like,
Well, what
I think.
So I have a question for you, Nannette. It's such an exciting childhood. How do you maintain that level of excitement in your adult life?
Well, I try to get people to go at me and jump out of airplanes, but nobody wants to do it.
Bob will do it. He wants to do that.
Sounds good.
He wants to go on the iFly thing.
Oh, that was fun. I did do that. I've always, honestly, I mean, I'm not like an adrenaline junkie. I'm not one either, but I'm not, a hardcore, I gotta get my adrenaline rush. But I've always, since I've grown up, I'm always the first to jump into something. I do not sit on the sidelines. I just want to experience things. I don't know that has to do with the train tracks.
I was just trying to make a transition into our current
adult life. Yeah, sticking with the train anymore. How about you? Do you play?
No, I don't think I would win that. Yeah, I don't think I would win in a game of chicken with the train. I can't run anymore. Did I tell you this? I tried to. So I ran in high school. I ran cross country, and I was in track, but I'm a distance runner, so I mostly did field events. So I think last month, since my ankle has been doing better, but I still have arthritis, but I've been wearing special boots and stuff. I thought I'll try, and I've lost weight. I thought I'll try running. I think when I got to the 3rd step of running, I almost fell over, and I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. So, yeah, can't run anymore. When we were kids, I know a lot of parents did this, but our mom would, like, after we had breakfast or whatever, shoved us out the door, locked the screen, and said, don't come back till I call you for dinner. Am I right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
When we were really little.
We were locked out all the time. All the time. Yeah. And now, having kids of my own, I can't even imagine that. Like, okay, first of all, I do live in Texas, so that is the thing. Like, you're not gonna lock your kids out of your house when it's 110 degrees out. But don't think I haven't thought. No, I'm only kidding.
I've never locked my kids out of the house.
No, I've never locked my kids out of the house, and because it's just a basic for me. And I don't know if there's something that happened during that time, but for me, I think, what if my kid really wants to come in the house and they can't come in, and it feels like some kind of emergency inside of them? They don't have fully developed brains. They're not psychologically stable. Being locked out of the house could be really traumatizing for a child, right?
Well, that's why I used to climb trees, because I always felt safe when I was up in a tree.
Oh, okay. I thought you were running.
Oh, I never thought about this before. All those times that I was up in the tree for hours, I wonder what you were doing.
I don't know what I was doing.
Like, were you playing with a friend? Were you looking for me and I was avoiding you? I don't know what was happening.
Maybe I was riding a bike
Yeah, maybe you were,
that
because I
had
never
that had
got
my flesh
inside.
that had my flesh attached to it. The
Yeah,
bike
yeah.
it became mine, that it was part of me. The cells of my body were entwined. No, I'm being, I don't know. I can't remember a lot of stuff from childhood, and I assume it's because I assume it's something I did to protect myself as I got older. I don't know. I
Yeah,
just don't remember.
I was asking Bob about that. I said, how come I remember things from our childhood that were very traumatic, and maybe you were present at some of them and you don't remember them, or eventually you've remembered some of them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go into
Hmm.
detail about any of that, but it's weird how different brains work. You know what I mean?
Well, I won't tell you what I think, but because it's not inducive to what you like to put on your show. But
What, are you going to insult me?
no,
Oh, well, just say
I
it, and if
think
I want to take it up.
you can remove it if you want. I feel like, especially that one thing, you know what I'm talking about. I
Yeah,
feel like I kind of, you can look at it any way you want, but I feel like I left my body. Like
yeah.
my spirit did, my mind, whatever you want to look at it as. I left my body during those times. And I've done some extensive work on this, and I've learned that some of those things weren't for me. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't it wasn't for me to learn a lesson from necessarily, but I was in part of it. I don't know. That's just my take on it. But I don't remember a lot from childhood, and I think some of it is, well, it was a horrible it was a horrible time for me. Like, what do
Yeah.
I want to sit around remembering it for?
No,
So
I know.
it's not like, yeah, you don't, like, if you have a really good memory, you keep it going, you replay it on and on throughout life. But if it's not so pleasant, you're just not going to replay these things. I mean, there's funny things that I remember. There's funny things like rhythming our nights to mom snoring.
Well, give me a second. I gotta let the dog in. Hold on. So when you say rhythming our nights to mom's, you're talking about when she was sleeping at night, because she had different. There was times when my mom worked during the day, and then there were other years where she worked during the night. So sometimes she'd be sleeping during the day.
Yeah, when she worked during the day. Yeah.
And we were teenagers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny, but there were not so funny things about that too. So, like the whole feeling of being in that house was not funny to me. It was,
The house we were teenagers in.
yeah.
We lived a lot of places growing up.
Mhm.
We moved many, many, many times. So
Mhm. Many, many, many.
many, 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 many times.
Which in a way has helped me. I'm a Taurus, and I know not everyone believes in this, but we're real fixed signs. Like, we're very grounded, and we don't like a lot of change, right? But that, and then going into the army at a young age, all the changes, it made it so I'm so much more adaptable in the world, in moving around and changes. So,
Mhm.
you know, if you,
Is it sunny? What is it, sunny? I can't see you in the thing. It's not time to eat yet. How have I changed? Well, when we were kids, we didn't get along, and I guess we get along now for the most part. Until
well,
we
that
fight,
is the
until we fight about something.
Oh God.
What is different? I actually can sleep at night now that I'm an adult.
Mm.
Yeah, my husband always says, I don't know why you like to sleep so much. And I say, well, I didn't get very much sleep for the first 17 years of my life. So
That's true. There were a lot of disturbances
there was a
involved in.
disturbance in the force.
There were disturbances in the force. Yes, I have to go with that. And now you like to be at home and not so much have to be
Yeah,
out somewhere. Yeah, that's a difference too.
yeah,
That's
I
a
like
huge.
being at home. Bob
Hmm.
kind of made me that way at one point because when we first got married, I kept making him go out to clubs and stuff, go dancing. And I had him going like 3 nights a week, and then he got me down. He got me down to 2 nights a week, and then he got me down to 1 night a week, and then he got me pregnant. What?
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 Well, how could you let that happen?
I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
That was a long time ago.
Well, that'll do it. That'll do it every time. They get you pregnant, and then when can you go to the club?
I mean,
Yeah.
there are people that'll still keep going. Hey, I got a question for you. I keep seeing this. What is up with this? All you
Okay.
young mothers out there, you answer this for me. Giving your baby a cell phone. I'm not talking about
But
I'm not talking about a kid. I'm not talking about a toddler. I keep seeing babies like in the little baby carrier, they can't even hold their head up yet, but their mom gave them a cell phone and they're like trying to touch the cell phone and stuff. Look, I remember when we were young and some people were giving their car keys to the kids and everybody was like, just get the plastic keys. Remember? It's
hmm
disgusting. Why are you giving your kids a cell phone? And it's glass. The glass can break. I don't understand.
hmm
I ain't gonna tell you how to raise your kid because
You know why they do it
Darwin
though?
and all that.
No,
What?
I can tell you why. It's
Why?
because the baby wants whatever you're holding.
Well, I ain't giving
And
the baby whatever I'm holding. Hello.
okay, I'm
But if
glad you
you're
got that off,
holding a
off your
tequila,
chest.
you gonna give that to the baby?
Some people might. That's not a great question.
Never mind. Have you seen any good movies lately?
No.
I'm gonna give you an
I
assignment to go see some good movies.
you're gonna give me an assignment? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's good ones come out around Thanksgiving and Christmas. 'Cause I
Yeah.
usually go to the movies on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
There's one coming out called Knives Out. I can't wait to see that.
Called what?
Knives Out. It looks like it's a mystery, but it looks kind of funny.
Okay.
I
Cool.
think I know what's gonna happen in it, but that's only because I've read like a bazillion mysteries and anyway.
Yeah.
But it looks fun.
But I was just thinking
Remember
about.
when we went to this skin thing? We went to this pamper party on the cruise,
Yeah.
and they would come around and they'd put different things on your hand, and they'd say, "Put it here, put it there, whatever." Right? I think the
Mhm.
one thing they gave us, I think the lady on our side of the room gave us the wrong thing because she said, "Oh, what's it smell like?" And people would say rose and something else, and I don't know, 3 things. It didn't smell like any of that stuff. It kind of
I know.
smelled. I don't know what it smelled like maybe Comet or something, but
Oh my God.
but
I just got my dryer yesterday. I've been doing laundry for 2 days. I'm like, laundry.
yeah, it
I'm
sucks
very
without it.
motivated and excited about doing laundry. This will last maybe one more day, and then I'll be back to. Nope, I'm not. I don't feel like doing the laundry. I'll put it off for another day.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I'm not even paying attention to football this year, so.
Yeah, obviously. No, I'm just kidding.
What's that mean? Are they doing terribly?
I don't know because I only watch my own team really, so I was just being silly.
Tell them who your team is.
Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't want to hear anything from our cousins, please.
No, I was
Thank
just
you. On
saying,
my
people might think that you like maybe the Oilers or the
oh
Cowboys.
no. Oh my God, never the Cowboys. Good God. Ugh. Never.
Bobby always liked the Cowboys. I think it's because of the colors, and it has a star.
Mhm. Yep. That doesn't work for me.
He's all about the colors, you know.
Yeah, it's always about the colors. Silver and blue, you know? I mean, that's lovely colors, but no. Nope. No. Say, you know, we have lots of childhood clips we could go into, but we'll save them for another time.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I want to bring any up. I mean, at what age do you stop thinking about that stuff? Because I'm 50 now, and I haven't stopped thinking about that stuff. I mean, I'm not living back there in the past or anything, but
Well, that's good.
it's
Um,
still there, you know.
just swimming around your consciousness. Swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming and
All right,
that was all right, we gotta
we're hypnotizing people. Look into my eyes.
look into my swimming hands. We gotta
All right, let's say goodbye. Hope you're having a good
goodbye.
day. And Nettie
Mwah.
loves you. We'll
I
talk.
love you all.
Bye.